Welcome, y'all, to Football Roundup with your host, Randy Silver, where we break down the biggest sports stories from our global game daily. We do match recaps, weekend recaps, midweek recaps for all the biggest global leagues. But we have special episodes for y'all where we go live, where we have to do game recaps. And this is the biggest game of the day here in the U.S. FC Cincinnati versus Inter Miami. U.S. Open Cup semifinals for spot in the final. Can Miami get to their second final in a week? Can Cincinnati get to their first final ever? If Miami wins, they win their second club trophy. If they get to the final, they win the final. Cincinnati's never had a final in their club. They need to get to the final to have a chance to do it. So who won the game? If you weren't following social media, watching live, you missed out on a bonkers game. There's no way around it. If we look here at the starting lineups for you before we dive into the game highlights. Of course, on the Miami side, Messi started up top with Busquets in the middle, Alba on the left. 5-3-2 formation, a little bit different. He tried to play, usually in the Leagues Cup, he was playing a 4-2-2-1 almost. 5-3-2. Did it work? Did it not work? We'll tell you in a second. And then for Cincinnati, they played 3-4-1-2. And they definitely performed really well in this formation. It was a back and forth game. You can see here that the score was tied 3-3. So let's dive into the actual game highlights for you. First goal was by FC Cincinnati. Kind of a broken play here. Shot by a Cincinnati player. Hits Miami's defender. Ricochets in the goal. Just too much power and speed for the goalie to be able to stop it. 1-0 Cincinnati, 18th minute. Cincinnati really had more possession throughout the first 20 minutes of the game. Had more energy. They're playing at home in TQL Stadium. Had the crowd on their side. Were able to cap that first 20 minutes of the game with a goal. Takes us to the end of the first half where Cincinnati was up 1-0 at the end of the first half. They had the one goal. Shots on target were the same. Or shots on goal were same 4-4. Shots on target 2 Cincy, 1 Miami. Possession, Miami had much more possession, but they couldn't do anything with it. They looked very disjointed in the final third. So that takes us to the beginning of the second half where Cincinnati got another goal here. Made it 2-0. Brandon Vazquez outside the box, top of the box. Right footed shot, bottom left corner. Almost very similar to the goal Messi had in the Leagues Cup where he put it from one side of the box to the other. Messi, of course, was farther out and running down, but he took the pass here from his winger. Really nice. One touch to control it, and the second touch out of his foot for a goal. 52nd minute, just how you view it out of halftime. And you went out of halftime, and Cincinnati goes up 2-0. But whenever you got Messi on your team, you can never doubt. Miami was trying to get into the game. They made a lot of subs. The subs were helping, gave them a little bit more possession. They were able to get deeper with that possession to the final third. Cincinnati made a pretty poor foul here. You can see left side of the box. Definitely Messi assist territory off a free kick with how pinpoint his assists are. It's like dropping a... I think the announcer said Messi could drop a... What did he say? He said Messi could drop a beer in a beer can from like 100 yards away. He's that accurate. So Messi right here, with your free kick take. Goal. Campana with the header. Just a peach of a ball. Right in the middle of the box. Gives the goalie no time if it's headed on goal. Unless it's right at him, then it hits him. If it goes to the side of the goal, he's good. And they get the goal to make it 2-1 in the 68th minute. So good for Messi in Miami. They got back in the game. Without this, there's no way. Cincinnati, again, was really controlling the game. This kind of came against the run of play. Gave them a lifeline. So we'll get one more view of it right here. Great free kick by Messi. Middle of the goal. Miami gets their goal to make it 2-1 in the 67th minute. Miami started really pushing hard the next 20 minutes, as you imagine. Took out defenders. Threw the kitchen sink at Cincinnati. Cincinnati was doing a really good job at holding Miami back. They weren't really getting any decent shots on goal. Cincinnati had their chances on counters to try to take the W, make it 3-1, end the game. They couldn't. And when you don't put the GOAT away, the GOAT will do GOAT things. Messi gets the ball at top of the box. He's right here, number 10. One touch out of his foot. Just the perfect cross into the box. Goal. Capana, goal number 2 on the night. Just unbelievable. You can never doubt Miami when they have Messi. We've seen Messi do this 1,000 times in Europe. Late game heroics. You know, how many times did he beat Real Madrid with a goal and assist? How many times did he beat teams by just playing the perfect ball? Of course, you remember that Barcelona versus PSG Champions League game. They came back from 4-0. Came back from multiple times at the death. It's all because of Messi magic. Just plays a perfect pass right here for Messi. From Messi to Capana for the goal. We'll show you another angle. Perfect pass. Perfect header. 97th minute. And that takes you to stoppage time. Here's one more angle for you. Just an unbelievable angle. Messi with the ball up top. Takes one touch. Only somebody like him sees that ball, can make that ball, and they get the goal. So that takes you to... The tables have turned. Miami has made it 2-2 after being down 2-0. Then, 3 minutes in the stoppage time. Miami's on the counter attack here with a perfect ball here to Josef Martinez. Scores his goal to make it 3-2 in stoppage time. Cincinnati's deflated. The players are deflated. The fans are deflated. But no worries. Cincinnati, heart of a champion. Here on a broken play in the box. Miami does not clear well. Their Japanese striker off the bench with a rocket shot from space. Goal. Goalie gets a hand on it. Just too much power on the shot to be able to stop it. And this is how Cincinnati ties the game to make it 3-3, 113 minute stoppage time. A couple chances here and there happened after this, but they nothing really came through, which is how we then got to extra time. In extra time, this was a great penalty kicks across the board. We went 4 for 4 for both teams. Messi made his. All the cast and characters you expect made it. So on the 5th penalty kick, Cincinnati goes first at home. Can they make it? Nope. Just a pretty poor penalty, you have to say. Not in any corner. A very fair, very easy run up. Did not deke the goalie. Miami just won Leagues Cup off of penalties. They won multiple times in Leagues Cup on penalties. They won one in U.S. Open on penalties already. Cincinnati's won one U.S. Open penalties. Here's the shot again. Pretty easy if you guess the right way. So now the question is, for the 5th kick, can Miami get up and win again? Here we go. Here's the 5th kick for Miami. They make it. They win. And cha-ching! It's over. Miami moves on to the U.S. Open Finals in late September. Crowd stunned. They thought they had the win at 2-0. They thought they had the momentum after they made 3-3 to go on the stoppage time, and they could not get the W. When you look at the overall stats of the game, 1-1, my bad statistics. Miami had more possession, 58% to 42%. Shots on goal, since they had 9, while Miami had 6. Fouls were pretty even. Yellow cards were pretty even across the board. Cincinnati is first in the East in the MLS. Miami's in last. Without Messi, Cincinnati wins this game. With Messi, Miami wins this game. There's no way around it. Messi got 2 goals. Excuse me, 2 assists. Messi is unfortunately, his streak of scoring goals in the MLS is now over. He has scored a goal in every game. 10 goals in 7 games. Now he's in 11 games. Still 7 goals, but he added 2 assists. So he's had a point in every game. He's played 90-plus minutes in every game, basically. He's played stoppage time, extra time in almost every game. He has come in. He's been fit even after the long way off. He's competed. He's having fun. And he's about to potentially win a second trophy with Inter Miami. The winner plays Houston, Real Salt Lake. That game is happening right now. It's in the 43rd minute. It's tied 0-0. I think if Houston wins that game, the game is in Houston. If Real Salt Lake wins that game, the game will be in Miami. And what a Hollywood script ending would be if Miami is able to win the Lamar Hunt U.S. Open trophy at home, get their second trophy of the season after having 0 and having no hope, and Messi came and won the game for them. That is your recap here on Football Roundup with Randy Silver. Thank you for watching. Again, we do a end of the weekend recap on all the big games in Europe, Americas, Saudi Arabia, worldwide, transfer news, injuries, highlights, everything more. We do that at the end of the weekend games, and then we do it midweek for Champions League, Europa League, any games that happen. And then we do special episodes like this where we'll dive into big games that happen. U.S. Open, Messi had to make one. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll come out our full midweek recap. So we'll recap Champions League for y'all, Europa League. We'll recap this game and then much smaller. Any of the midweek transfer updates, midweek injury updates. There's a lot that's happened to Man City. If you didn't know, Pep Guardiola got surgery. He is now not going to coach the next couple weeks. Mason Mount is hurt for Man U. He's not going to be playing the next couple weeks. AC Milan won on Monday. We'll be able to do a recap on that. We didn't recap it before as the video came out. So we have so much here in Football Roundup. Please subscribe to the channel here with Randy Silver TV. We also break down much more sports. Into Miami, moving on to the U.S. Open Finals. Messi, Busquets, Alba going for their second trophy with Miami. Miami going for the second trophy with the club. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the chat. Thank you so much, y'all, for watching. Have a great night or day whenever you watch. Deuces.